Hi, I'm Marc Sievers, and you're watching From My Kitchen to Yours. Today I'm going to show you my go-to, all-time favorite French Bistro Vinaigrette that I had all over Paris when Ryan and I were there last year, the couple times that we went. What I love about this dressing is it's light, it's very flavorful, and it really allows the flavors of the lettuce to come through. It's not gloppy and overly heavy, and best of all, it only takes a few ingredients. So let's get started. All over Paris, there's this really delicious, light, mustardy vinaigrette that comes on all kinds of different salads, and it seems so simple. So I came back from Paris last year and I kind of made up my own version, and it wasn't quite right. So I kept testing and testing and testing and testing and testing and testing. And I finally found that there was a few different ingredients that when I added them, it really changed the flavor and the texture of this dressing, and it's what I think is the closest version to what I remember as like the best vinaigrette I've ever had in my life. So let's get started. It's really simple. It just takes a few ingredients, and the first ingredient is room temperature egg yolk. I use extra large eggs. And I'm putting everything into a glass canning jar with a tight-fitting lid. With most vinaigrettes, you whisk in the olive oil to make the emulsion, but I actually found that if you shake it all together, it really makes it much easier, and it makes a very thick, luxurious dressing. So who knew? So 1 extra large egg yolk, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of champagne vinegar. Champagne vinegar is one of these ingredients that I really find adds the right amount of acidity to it, and it really does make this dressing just as flavorful as possible. 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. This is not the hot kind, this is just the regular Dijon mustard, and I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons into my canning jar here. Another secret ingredient is creme fraiche. The dressing in Paris had this wonderfully luxurious creaminess to it that I wasn't getting back at home in my own kitchen without adding. I tried cream, I tried half and half. I ultimately figured out that creme fraiche gives it that little bit of tang, but also adds that little bit of creaminess. So 1 tablespoon of creme fraiche. Creme fraiche is great to have in the fridge. It's like a French cream cheese. It's really delicious, and you can put it on toast and grate in pastas. It's fantastic. So next thing is some garlic. And again, this is my little secret. I'm using a garlic press versus just mincing the garlic. This really kind of smashes the garlic and almost just makes it incorporate better into the dressing. So I have 1 nice big garlic clove, and that really gets that garlic flavor into the vinaigrette. Next is a half teaspoon of, I use sea salt, and then I'm going to do a half teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. I like it to be pretty peppery. You can dial this back if you want to, or you can increase it, up to you. You're also going to want to check the seasoning at the very end once you dress your salad, so you may want to just start with these quantities and then kind of increase them here or there. And then the last thing that I figured out was the oil. So adding all of 1 type of oil, which in most cases is olive oil, was actually too heavy, and I didn't get a lot of the flavors from the other ingredients out. So I tried all vegetable oil, and then I tried different combinations of vegetable oil and olive oil. But I found that 7 tablespoons of vegetable oil, which is a little bit more flavorless, so it allows that mustard and garlic and creme fraiche to come out, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil gave the vinaigrette still some body and some flavor from the olive oil, but it just let everything else kind of do its own thing and come through. So all of the oil in at once, and then it's really about tight lid and shaking it. I shake it for about 60 seconds. This really does get the oil incorporated into the egg and the mustard, and that makes an emulsion, which makes this dressing super luxurious and really, really delicious. So it's been about 60 seconds, and I'm going to show you what this vinaigrette looks like as of right now. So it looks like a vinaigrette, but it's a little thin to dress the salad. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and that's going to let it kind of solidify and congeal a little bit. And that's going to make the dressing really luxurious and really put a lovely, thin, elegant coating on all of your different greens. And through the magic of YouTube, I happen to have another one already done. So you'll see that the dressing now is very thick, and this is exactly the consistency that you want. And I find that about a tablespoon or so should dress a salad for one, depending on how much lettuce. And then what I like to do is I like to portion everything out into a bowl, and instead of doing salad tongs and spoons and forks, I actually just use my hands and then just break it up. And this, you can kind of feel if there's any, you can kind of feel if there's any big pieces of dressing left that need to be evenly distributed throughout the leaves. And then pile it into a bowl, or if you're serving it maybe with an omelet for a lovely little dinner party or part of a salad course. So from here you can flavor it with salt and pepper, you can put on some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, you can leave as is like I like to do. So this is my version of French Bistro Vinaigrette. You can get the recipe on my website, www.marksievers.com. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching From My Kitchen to Yours, and I'll see you next time. Bye!